Hello, YouTube, and hello, you. I'm very happy to present to you my third viewer submitted deck. And if you would like to be part of these viewer submitted deck videos, please leave a comment and tell me what deck you would like me to play in Modern. Today's video is brought to you by this lovely individual who asked me to play Blue Red Delver without Ragavan. That's actually pretty lucky because back in 2021, I got my first league trophy. I 5-0'd my first league with Blue Red Delver that had no Ragavans in it. So we're going to be playing that list, not only to fulfill what they asked, but also to experiment. Part of these videos is trying out new things, especially with Blue Red that I really love to play, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, seeing if maybe we can find some new tech that can be applied to today's metagame. So here it is, the deck list. Blue Red Delver, or I guess you could just call it Blue Red Murktide, because that's kind of what it is. So why would you want to play Delver of Secrets over Ragavan? The biggest reason I can think of is budget. Back in the day in 2021, Ragavans were, I think they were like $90 on MTGO or something. They were very, very expensive. And I was not interested in dropping close to $400 for a playset of Ragavans online when I knew that I was going to have to maybe buy them in paper. And even today, paper Ragavans are $65? That's wild. So budget is probably one of the biggest reasons. The second reason that I can think of is Delver can get flying. Evasiveness can be pretty important. There's a lot of ground creatures going on, including Ragavan, and Delver can fly right over. A third reason that I can think of, which is my philosophy of how I built this deck back in the day, is that Delver of Secrets is blue, which can be really important when you play a bunch of spells that you want to pitch blue cards to. So, talking about this deck list, starting from left to right, one thing I would like to show you as well about this deck is the changes that I've made. I've only made 2 changes. So this is the original deck list. The only changes that I have made are this mountain is now an island, and 2 of these Soul Guide Lanterns are now unlicensed hearsts. The only reason I made those changes was back in the day, I submitted the mountain by accident. I didn't even mean to. It should have been an island, but I guess it didn't end up mattering really. And Unlicensed Hearst at the time was not even released. New Capenna came out in April of 2022, and I 5-0'd back in, I think, June of 2021. So if Unlicensed Hearst had existed, I would have been playing it. I'm going to play the 2 because that's what would normally happen, but the rest of it, although it's old tech, we're going to play it because they're still powerful cards. So starting from left to right, we have 17 lands, which is a pretty low land count, seeing that Blue Red Murktide usually plays 18 at a minimum. However, 17 might actually be fine. The curve is low. I mean, you play 27 1-drops and 0-drops, as well as some free spells. Maybe we don't even need the 18th land. And the 18th land would be an Otawara. Almost guaranteed it would be an Otawara, but I do kind of want to hold true to lowering the land count. And there is some philosophies behind the land count that we can talk about. So we have 2 Fiery Islets, which at the current moment we only play 1, but it is really nice having another land that comes into play untapped, that taps for a blue and a red. And additionally, in the late game, it will do something. It will cycle itself, which is really, really nice. As far as the rest of the lands, there's really nothing that special besides the fact that we're not playing the 3rd Islands, we're not playing an Otawara. But again, I want to try out the original deck list, but also, you know, the second Fiery Islet is kind of new. We'll see how it goes. The other stuff, Baubles, classic. Dragon's Rage Channeler, well, it's kind of a better Delver of Secrets. And then we got the Delver of Secrets, which is the replacement for Ragavan. But who knows, maybe it ends up actually being better than Ragavan. I don't know. So we have some Serum Visions. Definitely not a card that's played anymore. Consider is kind of better, but maybe not. Serum Visions is a sorcery, which does help our Dragon's Rage channelers. It does help us flip our Delver of Secrets, which is pretty key. And who knows, maybe that is good enough. Maybe being able to fuel Delirium and help flip our Delvers is good enough for it to maybe be better than Consider. Arguable. And then we have another Consider-esque card, Thought Scour. So my philosophy back in the day was, well, I want to fuel these Murktide regions pretty big. I want them to be big. Additionally, Thought Scour can help with our Mishra's Baubles. Mishra's Bauble ourselves. See what it is. We don't like it. We Thought Scour ourselves. Helps fuel the Dragon's Rage channelers. Again, Thought Scour could be Consider, but I want to try out the original deck list and see if we have something there. Maybe Consider is not even like that important. I haven't really seen people not try Consider. I feel like it's one of those automatic include cards, and I don't know how I feel about that. We 5-0'd with 0 Considers and 4 minor missteps, so maybe it's really not that important. We got 4 Lightning Bolt. I've always had the philosophy that if I'm going to play Delver, I'm going to play 4 Lightning Bolt. It's just an incredible magic card. It kills the majority of the format. So, this stuff. This is where we got a little bit spicy. So, at the time, back in 2021, I think that people were playing 3 Unholy Heats instead of 4. And I think that now, today, we have people playing with 3 Unholy Heats instead of 4. I wanted to try out Tarfire at the time. Tarfire is a tribal instant goblin that deals 2 to any target. It is basically a shock that has tribal stapled onto it, which can help for Delirium with Dragon's Rage Channeler, as well as the Unholy Heats. I think that this is a little spicy. I don't know how good it is nowadays, but at the time it was good. I do remember winning matches because I had the tribal in my graveyard. Now people play enchantments in the main, they play Dress Down, they play Blood Moon. So I don't know if this is particularly good, but it does go face. It does help fuel Delirium. And it does kind of do what an Unholy Heat does without the Delirium, right? Like if we're on turn 1 or 2, Unholy Heating a Ragavan, Tarfire essentially does the same thing. That's the philosophy behind it. Maybe Unholy Heat is one of those cards that we just don't really need multiple copies of. I personally have the philosophy that I would want to be playing 4 because I don't want to lose to a turn 1 Ragavan. But if there's not a lot of Ragavan running around, if there's not a lot of Hammer running around, even though those are the 2 most popular decks, maybe it's fine. But again, trying out something new. Tarfire could be good. Maybe there's a list out there that's 4 Unholy Heat and a Tarfire as well. Let's give it a go. 4 Counterspell, 4 Expressive, nothing different there. Then we got these Subtleties and Force Negations. So I like Force Negation in the main. I top-aided the 5K SCG in like New Jersey like in December or something with the Force Negation in the main. I think the Force Negation is really good in the tempo game-esque, right? We play a turn 1 creature, and then we pass, and then our opponent tries to Lightning Bolt it, and then we Force Negation it. If they don't have another way to remove our creature, we're able to keep it around. It's especially good with Ragavan, because turn 1 Ragavan with like a protection spell up is, wow, it's really good. But in this deck, we do get to play 4 more blue spells, which help to pitch to the Force Negation. And in the late game, they are hard castable. It's not unreasonable to cast a cancel. Subtlety. Subtlety is also a very reasonable main deck card. Additionally, it's also hard castable. And if you do hard cast it, it is a 2-for-1. I have been blown out by this card in the mirror. When you cast a Ledger Shredder or like a Murktide Regent and your opponent subtleties it, especially if they hard cast it, you're like, oh my god, now I have to counter this. I don't have a choice. And if it resolves, you're like, dang, now I have to Lightning Bolt it to get rid of it. So subtlety might be good in the main, especially in these numbers where we have enough blue cards that pitching should pretty much never be a problem. And it is a real threat. A 4-mana 3/3 flash flyer is a real threat. And then we got 4 Murktide regions. I do think that there is a version of Blue-Red Murktide that is good, that is 4 Dragon's Rage Channeler, 4 Ragavan, 4 Murktide. I think that people have been messing around with Ledger Shredder, and I think Ledger Shredder is great. I play Ledger Shredder nowadays, but sometimes when I don't want to think, when I don't want to overwork my brain, especially in Paper Magic, and additionally when I think that I need to go a little bit faster, like when I think that the format is not really ready for a more aggressive version of Murktide, I will play 4/4/4, and this is the same philosophy. It's 4/4/4. So this should be right up my alley. I'm really excited to give it a go. We have in the sideboard, we have a bunch of Blast from the Past cards. We have Spell Pierces, which, you know, those are sometimes in the main. At the time, I was thinking, well, you never know what I'm going to need them against. Who knows what I need them against now? We have Aether Gust, which is the card that doesn't really see modern play anymore, but still could be pretty good. It does hit Renin 6. It does hit Indomitable Creativity. I'm sure that there's some other things along the way that it'll hit. Omnath, Burn Spells, Endurance, Chord of Calling. Who knows? Maybe Aether Gust is like good, and we're not really trying it very much anymore. And even better is that not only does it counter, but it can just remove the thing out of play. So even if the thing resolves, we can still get rid of it. That's pretty versatile. We got a Mystical Dispute. Glad that I was thinking blue at the time. A Dispel. I think that Flusterstorm is probably better nowadays, especially against any of the Cascade decks. Spell Pierce, I guess, is kind of to fill that role, but maybe Flusterstorms were expensive at the time, but I'm definitely down to try something new with a Dispel. Ancestral Visions, a card that, wow, I miss this card in Modern. Ancestral Visions, for anybody that does not know, it's an oldie card. It has Suspend 4 for a single blue, and it says target player draws 3. So after 4 turns, it comes off Suspend, and it Ancestral Recalls. I think I had this for the Mirror, and I had this for Jund strategies, because suspending an Ancestral Visions against Jund is great. They can't Thoughtseize it away, you can't lay it on it, you can't Inquisition it away. It's really good card advantage. Again, another card that doesn't see play. Maybe it's good. I haven't seen anybody play Ancestral Visions since, I mean, I guess 2021, but even then, I don't even think people were playing it. So let's give it a go. Blood Moons. Glad that's still being played. Love that card. Abrade. Brotherhood's End was not a card that existed at the time. However, Abrade is still a very good card. Still great against the matchups that Brotherhood's End is good against. So I'm down to try out 2. Maybe 2 is good. Maybe Brotherhood's End is not good. I highly doubt that. I love that card. I think that card is amazing. 2 Unlicensed Hearsts, because the Mirror Graveyard decks. And at the time, I was playing 4 Soul Guide Lantern. I guess I was really afraid of graveyard decks. I don't think that there are many graveyard decks running around nowadays, but I'm down to give it a go. I probably won't like them, I'm guessing, but you never know. Maybe it ends up being good. Maybe. I think that my predictions for this deck is I'm predicting that Subtlety will actually be good in the main. I'm predicting that Serum Visions might actually surprise me. I'm predicting that Tarfire might be good sometimes, but probably won't be better than an Unholy Heat. And then I'm going to predict that I'm going to miss the Unholy Heats, and as well as I'm probably going to miss the 18th land, but we will see. If you enjoy this kind of content, please leave a like, subscribe, let me know in the comments what deck you want me to play. I love doing viewer-submitted deck lists, so let me know what you want me to play. I own a lot of blue-red cards, but I'm definitely not against getting out there and trying something new, as you can tell from yesterday's video, which was an absolute brew that went absolutely horrible. So let's jump into a league and have some fun. Alrighty. Round number 1 with Blue-Red I'm going to call it Blue-Red Delver, even though it is very clearly Blue-Red Murktide. But, you know, for the viewer who asked me to play Delver, it's Blue-Red Delver. All right. So, on the play, which is pretty dope. And, wow. How about those 17 lands, huh? I think that this is a mull. 5 lands is quite a lot. All right. I mean, this is a keep. This is a keep for sure. I think that we're throwing back a Force Negation, I'm pretty sure. Our opponent has also mulled to 6, so that's pretty good for us. Obviously, just going to start with the Serum Visions. Would you fire a Unholy Heat? Okay. I really want a threat. I'm not against taking the Serum Visions so that I can hold up Unholy Heat. Additionally, so if I just stack it, Bauble, and then Serum Visions, I'm going to draw the Serum Visions. I'm going to draw the Bauble from the Serum Visions. I'm going to be able to look at the top card of their deck and then draw one of the cards that I scry. So I think I'm actually just going to keep them both, which is kind of interesting. It's kind of the same thing, but I get to choose what I draw off of the Serum Visions on their turn. Got to make sure I'm not F6 here. So, ooh. I'm just going to let this resolve. No reason to 2-for-1 myself over a 1-for-1. They probably take Expressive here. Maybe they take Counterspell. If they took Expressive. That makes a lot of sense. It's the highest value card. All right, so we're going to go Islands, Serum Visions. Draw the Bauble. And then, if we're playing against Scam, I guess I'm going to want the Bolt. If they grief me, they're going to take the Unholy Heat. That's so awkward. Like, I guess we could have just held up Counterspell here, but I kind of like wanted to make sure that I hit my 3rd land. I feel like we're going to get Delirium pretty quickly. If they Fury, we can't bolt it. We have to bolt Unholy Heat it. Or I need to turn on Delirium. We're going to have at least 2 cards in the grave for Delirium. If we're able to get a fetch land, we'll have a 3rd. If we're able to get an instant, that'll be the 4th. Let's go bottom, top. And then let's play the Bauble. And then we'll pass, and then we will Bauble them on their draw step. They're drawing a Bloodstained Mire. Okay. I just really want to make sure that I hit my 3rd lands. Because if we can play 2 spells in 1 turn, then we'll be set up. Like, if this Expressive doesn't hit lands, we are in danger. Okay, so we are playing against Indomitable Creativity. So, Mistress Bauble draws this Expressive, then we draw Dragon's Rage Channeler. Okay. So, I think I'm still going to Expressive here. Let's hit our 3rd lands. We did not hit a 3rd land. That's... Oh, that's really not good. That's really, really not good. We do have a fire rate. We do have a Force Negation though. So Do I want to take another threat? I'm definitely going to take a... I definitely want to take a blue card here so that I could pitch to force a negation. Let's take the Thought Scour and exile the Delver, because I guess I want the Bolt in my deck more. Wow. 17 lands is kind of hurting me now. Kind of crazy that we start with 5 lands the opening hand, and now we're struggling to hit a third. They just passed. Oh, we drew a Murktide. I kind of want to just jam. Yeah, I kind of want to just jam. I mean... So this goes poorly if they Prismari command, make a token, and then Indomitable Creativity it. But if they don't have that, we will be really, really set up to win this game. So I'm down to just kind of risk it for the biscuit and just get this out here. It's a 2-turn clock. Sadly, they know about our Force Negation. However, that is not Prismari command mana, which is good. Pass. Oh, boy. There's a Fiery Islet. I mean, I think that we're set up to just win now. I think that Murktide is just going to go all the way. We now have Counterspell with an Unholy Heat and a Force Negation backup. Wow. For not hitting the third land, that felt amazing. That felt amazing. Okay. So we don't have engineered explosives. That is kind of relevant. I do want to bring in Spell Pierce and Aether Gust, that's for sure. The Spell Pierces are just because they play a lot of really good sorcery speed spells, Red and 6, sometimes Teferi, Fable, the Mirror Breaker, Indomitable Creativity. How do we like Ancestral Visions? It's like good on the first turn, right? Also, they are playing Bitter Reunion, so I do want to bring in an Unlicensed Hearse for Persist. Oh, and the Blood Moons. Yeah, I mean... Okay, what do we not like? I think Subtlety is not that great. I think Force Negation is good. Force Negation is good. I think Delver of Secrets is like... I think it's worse than Ragavan here because of Wrenn and 6. Like, we can dash a Ragavan, right? So we can protect it. We have a difficult time in protecting Delver of Secrets. Additionally, we will be a little low on threats, but I'm kind of down to go a little bit lower on threats. We could board out some of the removal, right? But Unholy Heat does kill a Resolved Archon. Maybe we cut like a Murktide. I'm down to go to 3 Murktide. This deck can get easily Murktide flooded. With 4 Murktide, you're pretty much... You play 4 of a card when you always want to see one. And when you play 4, you're likely to see 2 as well. So I'm down to go to 3 so that we can see 1 quite often. All right, let's try this. It is also double blue, and we are bringing in Blood Moons, and we only have 2 islands, so... All right, let's give it a go. I'm down. I'm down. All right, we have 3 lands, but we do have 2 baubles, as well as a fetch land to turn on the baubles, so I'm going to keep it. Our opponent has mulled to 6 again. Pretty good. Pretty good. F6. You're gonna Thoughtseize me again on turn 1? I think you just take Counterspell here, pretty sure. This is a pretty... Wow, they took Force Negation. Interesting. So I'm definitely just gonna Bauble here. A Blood Moon. How much do I like Blood Moon? I guess like the question is, how badly do I want to answer the Ren and 6 right now? Because Blood Moon is great if it resolves. But we can try to shuffle and find a blue spell. We can additionally play the second Mishra's Bauble to try to find a blue spell. I'm not against that. But it's like, am I down? Oh no, they took the Force Negation. My bad. We do have a second Force Negation. I don't really want to dig for it though. Yeah, I guess that makes sense why they took the Force. They don't want me to counter their Ren. I guess I do want the Blood Moon then, right? Kind of awkward. I'm going to want it on turn 3. But I don't really see us doing anything else for a while. Yeah, all right, I'll keep it. And then we'll just pass because I want to use the Bauble again, the second Bauble as another Scry with my fetch lands. Awkward. Yep, here comes Ren. They get a Stomping Ground. Yep. Yep. That's actually quite a good draw. So I'm going to... do I want to Bauble myself now? They are playing Thoughtseize and stuff. I will choose to not Bauble myself now. I'm going to Bauble myself on their... I guess I'm going to do it on the end step. I don't really need to do it right now. Yep, plus right away. That makes sense. They're just passing. Cool. Okay, so we essentially have one turn to find like a sorcery. A Murktide. We do not want the second Murktide. So I will get the basic. Wow. I mean, that is definitely Delirium. That is definitely Delirium. How bad do I want to hold up this Blood Moon right now? Like, do I want to like play? Maybe I think I'm just gonna go land go. Kind of weird, but if I need to Tarfire their face, I will. I'm not against it, and it does put them to 9, which is Lightning Bolt, couple Dragon Range Channeler attack range. Definitely not nothing. Thoughtseize. Okay. I'm not going to counterspell it. They want to take my counterspell. That's essentially the same thing, but they lose 2 life doing it this way. And they get to see my hand. But they might be afraid of like the Blood Moon or like the Murktide. But they probably take counterspell. But if they do take Murktide or Blood Moon, we do have Delirium. They took Blood Moon. All right, Delirium online. All right, let's Unholy Heat this. Get this out of the way. Do I want to hold up a Tarfire as well as the counterspell? It's like kind of weird because like they've kind of done nothing but Thoughtseize and Ren and 6 and stuff. I guess so. I guess I'm gonna play a Bauble, and then if we can find another red lands, then that'll be good for us. So I'm just gonna play Bauble and say go. I'm being really patient here when maybe I don't really need to. Like, maybe I'm just supposed to jam Murktide? Bitter Union. Okay. So now they discarded a land. They played a land. So I'm going to look up what they draw, even though they're most likely not going to draw it. Persist. Okay. So I could Tar Fire them there, but... Ooh, okay. So I feel like this is telling... I feel like that this is a hand that I kind of want to pass again with. Maybe I'm wrong, but... Okay, they are fetching down to 8. That's pretty low. Third Thoughtseize. Ouch. There goes Counterspell. Yep. They are fetching. Oh my god. Well, I'm going to Thought Scour myself and see if we can hit Forced Negation or a Counterspell. We milled Lightning Bolt and Serum Visions. Okay, well, I'm going to Tar Fire 1 so that they don't get 2. And then we're going to hope that we're able to get the second Unholy Heat. But it probably will not happen. Let's discard the Spire Bluff. We need red land, untapped red land, Unholy Heat. And if we do, we actually have quite a bit of a shot. Okay, red lands. We hit the red lands. And we hit a Serum Visions. I guess we're not just dead in the water. Let's get lucky. Draw into Unholy Heat. That is not Unholy Heat. Am I dead? I'm not dead yet. Alright, that's Unholy Heat, so I will I'm not at 0, so I won't just concede. We do technically have a shot. Discard Dragon's Rage Channeler. I guess maybe I want the Dragon's Rage Channeler? I don't know. I'm at 2. You got Bolt? Okay. Next game. How good is Ancestral Visions? I don't know. I don't know. It's good against Thoughtseize, that's for sure. That's for dang sure. It's just like so good in our opening hands and so not good anywhere else. And we're playing against a combo deck, so I want all of our cards to matter. I don't think we want Dispel. I don't think so. They play too many sorceries. All right. On the play, let's make it work. Come on, Delver. No lands. No lands. All right, that's a keep. 1, 2. Oh, I feel like we're gonna lose this one. It's so brutal. Am I getting a basic here? I think so, in case we actually do get to a Blood Moon. Aether Gust and land we did. Okay. Do I want to just jam a 5/5 Murktide on turn 2? Kinda. Yeah, I kinda do. Is that weird? Let's get the basic. All right. 5/5 Murktide. That's pretty dang big. My hand is very anti-Thoughtseizable. You can Thoughtseize all you want. Serum Visions. What we get? A Thought Scour and Bolt Tarfire. Interesting. We put you to 12. I put you to 9. I put you to 4. Oh my god, wait. This might actually be good. I think I might top them both. Let's race. The race is on and is very real. Sure. I'm going to attempt to lightning bolt you. It resolved. I'm going to attempt. They conceded the match. Turn 2 Murktide. Wow. Wow. GG's. Off to the next one. All right, round number 2. Undefeated so far. Our hand is good, but boy, is it slow. Our opponent has mulled, so I feel like I want to keep. Bobble. I mean, F6. They are bobbling themselves. So, seems like the mirror then? Maybe not the mirror. Oh boy. That seems like lightning bolt mana. I think that's... So, like, I want to hold the Misty for the Delver. I feel like if I play a creature here, it's just going to get killed. I kind of want to Serum Visions, but... Yeah, I think I kind of want to Serum Visions. It's awkward. Like, the mana is super awkward. Like, I want to Steam Vents. I really want to Steam Vents here. I think I'm gonna Steam Vents here because the fetching. So if we play a Serum Visions and then we fetch, we've essentially undone the scrying from the Serum Visions. So, oh my goodness, bottom. Now I definitely am happy to have used the fetch. Another bauble. Thoughtseize. I mean, Expressive is gone. That just is. Yep, Expressive is gone. They're bobbling me. That seems a little weird because they have the Bloodstained Mire. I guess they want perfect information of like what I'm playing or like what I'm gonna draw. That's a good one to know about. That is a good one to know about. I'm like kind of tempted to like just say go. The problem is that we only have one instant speed spell. So I kind of want to just play both of my creatures. But if they Fury me, then I'm really, really screwed. Maybe I'm supposed to play Dragon's Rage Channeler Serum Visions here. Delver is like better with the Scry, but I want to get the value because I think that whatever I play is just going to die anyway. Yeah, I'm going to play the Dragon's Rage Channeler. I'll play the Serum Visions. We'll double Scry. Maybe we hit like a Force Negation. Bauble's definitely going to the grave. Murktide. Murktide is pretty good. Definitely bottoming the lands. It's like good, but like how good? I guess it depends on what they play, right? If they play a Fury and they keep it alive, it's going to be a 4/4, and I can block it with a Murktide. I can play Delver and Murktide in the same turn next turn. All right, let's keep it. Fine. Unsure if that's right, but I feel like we got nothing else going on, and Counterspell is not very good against the Scam deck anyway. Oh, they're playing Grixis. Interesting. So maybe Death Shadow? Sure. Yeah, it is Death Shadow. Okay. So I am sadly going to just run my Murktide into some sort of removal spell, but I don't see me not playing it. And additionally, I'm going to play the Delver too. I'm just going to, if they have a Fury, they Fury me. I don't really think that they play Fury if they're playing Death Shadow. Do they have Unholy Heat? Sorcery, artifact, land, creature? They do. Okay. So they have Unholy Heat, they have Unholy Heat. I can't really do very much about it. My hand is either Delver, hold up Counterspell, or play my creatures and hope they don't have it. And they did just Season Pyromancer pretty desperately, discarding 2 cards. Blue mana. I think that's like I think it's an expressive. That's kind of what it seems like. I also like getting rid of my graveyard to prevent getting countered by Drown in the Lock or destroyed by Drown in the Lock. So that seems like a Unholy Heat. Ooh, okay. So maybe the expressive comes now. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, a Brazen Borrower in the main of Murktide. Wow, or of a Death Shadow. That's interesting. No attacks. Trigger. I look at a Scolding Tarn. Wow, we have seen how many lands? 3. There's 3 on the bottom. We've seen 9 lands out of 17. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, I'm going to play the Fiery Islet here. And then I'm just going to pass, I suppose. I'd rather hold up the Counterspell and the Fiery Islet than, like, draw something, and I don't even know what we would draw. Red. Another Dragon's Rage Channeler. It's kind of a shame that I want to counter this, but, like, it's just, like, it's going to just smack us in the air. If I'm going to draw a card from Fire Islet, I need to do it now. So I'm going to do it now. Because if we Surveil and there's an instant on top, then I want to keep it for the Delver. This is so brutal. I'm going to counter it. We have nothing else going on. Another land? 10 lands? They mistapped. That is... Yep, take 3. Well, take 6. Unholy Heat, targeting DRC. They put a card on top. That's not good. And a 2/2 Death Shadow. All right, Delver, trigger. Look at a Force Negation. Man, I'm gonna flip. What do I do? What do I do? Attack, hit you to 5, play a Delver. Attack, hit you to 8, play a 4/4 Murktide. I think that whatever I do, it involves me playing this Murktide. And then I do want to hold up a Force Negation. They kept a card on top, so I'm probably going to want to Force Negation whenever they play. They attack me for 5. I'm going to be able to block the Dragon's Rage Channeler. That's so brutal. I can just play the Murktide and not attack. Don't increase their Death Shadow. Their Death Shadow can become a 3 from their Fiery Islet. Maybe that's better. Maybe it's better for me to just play Murktide and then just say go. I can put another land into the grave, so I guess that I don't want to just... and then pass. I can't present lethal, so I don't really want to attack here and then put myself in a bad position on the swing back. But I do have a Force Negation, so we are kind of okay. Brazen Borrower is going to be very annoying to deal with. Block. Free kill. Okay. That's good for us. Oh, it's so awkward. Do I want to play double Delver of Secrets here? See, now I can present lethal, but then I have to deal with all of their... then I have to deal with their huge Death Shadow. And we don't have another basic to fetch, which I really wish I had the third basic here, just because of my life total. So Delver can block a Death Shadow. That's not nothing. If I attack with both, they just play Brazen Borrower, and they block the Insectile Aberration. They go to 6. I really don't want to have to crack the fetch land, but I feel like they will make me. I feel like they will test me with it. What a weird spot. This Death Shadow is going to get large enough that I won't want to block with Murktide anyway, so I think that I do attack with Murktide at minimum. And I'm going to want to trade eventually, I think. So I think I am just going to attack. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they just flash in the Brazen Borrower. Yep, and then they just block the Insectile Aberration. Yep. All right, they're at 6. They have a 7/7. I'm gonna play both Delvers. I don't want to hold up. Let's just if they force me to use the Force Negation, we will just blind flip. Right? Right. one card in hands that they kept on top. Probably an expressive iteration, could be like a Teamer Battle Rage, could be something like really, really annoying. Combat. Just the 7/7. Just the 7/7. You could deal 1. You could deal 4 damage to yourself and kill me. So I have to block. So I will block. Okay. All right. All right, Delver. I need you to flip. Let's go. Oh my god. To be fair, we did draw a lightning bolt, which would have won the game anyway, but Delver presented lethal here that Ragavan would not have. Delver being able to attack in the air was relevant over Ragavan. Wow, that's not nothing. All right, game 2. Aether Gust is good against the Dragon's Rage channelers and is good against the Seasoned Pyromancer when it's on the stack. Ancestral Visions we're bringing in because we are playing against a fair deck, and Ancestral Visions is good against the fair decks. Mystical Dispute is good against Expressive Iteration and good against like Drown the Lock and Spell Pierce. They don't actually play a lot of blue cards. Unlicensed Source is okay against Dragon's Rage Channeler, but that's pretty much it. Mystical Dispute is actually like they do have Brazen Borrower too. That's not nothing. Blood Moon is actually like not bad against Death Shadow 2. So I do kind of like the Blood Moons. I think the Force Negations and the Subtleties are a bit cute. I think that they're less good against this deck. They play a bunch of very efficient 1-mana creatures. They're not really like tapping, a majority of the creatures are 1 mana. So how much do I like Aether Gust? It hits Dragon's Rage Channeler. It's not that good against Thoughtseize. It's like the same vein like of Counterspell. Like Counterspell is like not good against Thoughtseize. I don't really want Unlicensed Source either. Don't really want like Mystical Dispute's fine. Spell Pierce is okay. I don't mind like doing a Spell Pierce. It's like okay. Or do I want something against Seasoned Pyromancer? Seasoned Pyromancers are really annoying. Nah, let's do it like this. Alright, let's do it like this. Oh my goodness. So this hand is like weird because we want instants and sorceries to flip a Delver, but we want lands so badly. But this hand is not very good. This hand is like pretty Thoughtseize proof. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. 17 lands. We saw 10 at least last game. At least. Oh no. Delver, go. Fetch, shock, bolt. Fair. It's fair. Ooh, just pass. Maybe they have a Dragon's Rage Channeler and then a bolt. That's a cool land. That's really cool. Unlicensed Hearse. Okay. All right, Delver. I'm down for whatever. You want to give me a land? I'm down. Not another creature. Come on. That's not cool. All right, we'll play a second Delver. All right, Delver. I need you, buddy. Don't fury me. All right, Delver. Your choice. Land or spell. That's not what I meant. You know I'm going to play the third Delver. I wonder if they have like lightning bolts and stuff, and they just don't want to they don't want to cast them. Like if we had played a Ragavan on turn 1, would it have died? Arguable. Are they gonna terminate my Delver? Oh my god, that's so funny. I'm just gonna let it resolve. I want to get these creatures out there onto the board. If they want to use their terminate to kill my Delver, then that's fine. All right, Delver, any day now. Whenever you're ready, I'm here. I'm here for you. I love you. Oh. That seems like a Seasoned Pyromancer. Sure. Your choice, buddy. Land or instant or sorcery. Land, instant, or sorcery. I'm down for anything. I'm down for anything. That is a 1/1 Death Shadow. I'm down for anything. Whatever you want. All right, I'll take a land. I'll take it. That's all I wanted. That's really all I wanted. Do I want to like hold up Spell Pierce? I mean, I think I'm gonna play the Dragon's Rage Channeler. I guess Dragon's Rage Channeler is like not that good because of the Unlicensed Hearse. I'm down to like use it to chump block though, so let's play it and like hold up a chump block. Expressive. I kind of want to make them tap out, so. Land into the grave. All right, we made them tap out. If they don't hit a land, we get a good chump block. Which they just won't attack then, if that's the case. Unlicensed Hearse in the exile. No attacks? I would have shoved, but. Mishra's Bauble. Am I drawing a card here? No. These Delvers. We've seen everything but an instant. Landed to the grave. Jeez. What are you drawing, out of curiosity? A land. Oh, I fucked up. Shouldn't have cursed. My bad. Yeah, I should have waited. Oh, that's like better for me. Interestingly enough. Do I want to counterspell this? I kind of do. I'll take 3. For sure. No blocks. If you fetch... If you fetch and we flip... Okay. All right. Come on, Delver. Okay. I'm ready. I'm here. So, if I hit them for 6, they go to 4. Shadow goes to 9. They can crew and license her, so they can hit me for 15, and I have nothing. If I hit them for 3, they go to 7. Shadow goes to 6. At 6, I can block 1. I think I have to attack with 1. Yeah, if I had that Dragon's Rage Channeler out, I would have been in a much better position. That was my mistake in giving myself Delirium. Honestly, the way that I have like my setup right now for... Oh my god. I was not expecting Dress Down against me. Oh, because of Death Shadow. Am I bolting Seasoned Pyromancer? Let's see if we can get him to crew their unlicensed hearse. See if we can get him to crew it. No. Okay. So if this connects, my bolt essentially, like... Okay. So that's, like, not the worst for me. It's not the worst for me, because now they don't have a board, and it's going to require all of their mana in order to be able to crew their vehicle again. Oh, wow, and they didn't even want to shock themselves. I probably am just going to take 4 if they attack. Sure. I assume they take Thought Scour. But Expressive is quite good, too. They took the Thought Scour. That makes sense. I think I'm just going to take 6. Have a second Dress Down. Their one card was a Bolts. And we drew a counter spell. Boy, that's annoying. I think that we have to Expressive here and, like, do something interesting. Get some 2-for-1s going. Okay. Blood Moon is going to be... is a dead card now, so... Hand, bottom, exile, play this. Let's see what you're going to draw. A Thoughtseize. Well, Thoughtseize is definitely just going to end up taking my expressive iteration. But we're not dead yet. We're definitely not dead yet. I think that attack was wrong. If I have a lightning bolt, I can kill Death Shadow here. They should have Thoughtseize me first. They probably take expressive now, I assume. So I wish that this Serum Visions was a consider. Because we could have casted it on the end step and see. All right, we're going to Serum Visions, see what's up. Those don't do anything. We can't Unholy Heat the Death Shadow. We got a bottom, and then we got to draw a creature here. Nope, we're dead. Oh, so close. We were really, really close. We got stuck on lands for so long. I feel like we had the advantage that game. And we just got stuck. I think we just got stuck. Blood Moon, definitely better on the play. 17 lands is very rough with Blood Moon. I think I want to take out a 1 Blood Moon and bring in a Spell Pierce because they know we have Blood Moon now. So when the opponents know that we have Blood Moon, it gets worse. And additionally, we do have 17 lands. So let's bring in the second Blood Moon, I guess, like when we really, really need it. Like I think that game 2 it was fine, but you know, game 3. All right. All right. I would love to play first. No lands. Okay, it has lands. Let's bottom the Blood Moon. Let's play Fetch, Shock, Dragon Rage, Channeler, Bauble. Land. Yep. Sweet. And then I can even afford... I'm going to still Bauble on their upkeep, even though they can't discard the land, just so they don't know, like, what we technically draw. Like, if they Thoughtseize us, assumedly. Okay, they're drawing a mountain, which is probably the worst land in their deck. I'm hoping they just, like, let my Dragon's Rage Channeler live so that I can Serum Visions here. Like, let me untap with it. Yep. Cool. Okay, so I'm definitely going to Serum Visions. Maybe we get an instant into the grave. Or a creature. Land. Do I want to draw another land? Do I want to draw another land? I do, like, for the expressive. Okay, let's keep it on top, and then we'll bottom any lands that we draw with the Serum Visions. Oh my god. Alright. I'm just going to hold it the Spell Pierce, and I'm not going to attack. I haven't seen Ragavan, but they very well could be playing Ragavan, and I would rather block. I would rather block, in case they dash. They shocked the Steam Vents into play. Kind of interesting. To me, that says Drown in the Loch. So I'll start with the Serum Visions. Definitely put a land into the grave. Serum Visions draws an expressive. And then, do I want another counterspell? Maybe I wanted this Spire Bluff. No. My thought is I can Murktide and hold up a counterspell in the same turn. It's so weird. Am I gonna like... Maybe they're holding up Terminate. Am I gonna get terminated? If I'm gonna get terminated, I'm gonna want to keep the Dragon's Rage Channeler on top so I can surveil it into the grave. Oh, I guess this counterspell is kind of the same. So let's bottom top, play the lands, and then if we end up not wanting it, then... Like, okay, I also don't want like my Murktide to just get outright terminated. I think it's very possible that that's what they're holding up. Do I want to attack now in thinking that they could terminate my creature and then I Spell Pierce, get Delirium? Nah, I'll just pass. I'll just pass. They are terminating. Wow. Wow. I'm gonna let it resolve. I'm gonna let it resolve because I really want to play this Murktide Regent and be able to protect it. And I'm kind of like not interested in the counterspell on top of my deck anymore. Are they gonna like Thoughtseize me here? That'd be kind of awkward. I'm gonna get my value. Yeah, I'm gonna get my value. And that seems like a Mystical Dispute. Do I want to fetch this away to like potentially draw a land? Do I want to just draw it and hold up a counterspell? Wow, there's a lot of choices here. A lot of choices. No, I think if it was a Mystical Dispute, they would have countered it. Do they have a second Terminate? That's a big question. In order for them to kill my Murktide, it's going to require 2 mana at least. Okay, I'm going to fetch. I'm going to fetch because if we draw another land... Okay, that's fine too. I'm still going to play this Murktide. I think it's time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? And I'm going to play the Dragon's Rage Channeler. So my philosophy is I am probably not going to be able to play the Counterspell anytime soon because my options are like Expressive or Murktide or Hold Up Counterspell. And I want to do something on my turn because we got a lot of sorcery speed stuff going on. So they Underworld Breached just to terminate my Murktide. That is great for me. Holy smokes. They're getting 3 cards out of their graveyard just and paid 4 mana to kill my Murktide. And now I'm going to get to untap with Expressive Iteration. Wow. So good for me. And now I'm going to get Delirium. Another Expressive Iteration. It's like I really want it. But like if we don't hit another lands... Alright, fine. I'll keep it on top. We'll get greedy. Greedy has worked out in our favor. Do I want to counterspell? I'm not going to be able to play it. So I'm going to go with no. Hand, bottom, exile, play this, tapped, attack for 3. Red, red, dash, Ragavan. Sure. It's not even like that great. It depends on what they hit. Hit like a counter spell. Unholy Heat. Now that's annoying. Oh no, they don't have Delirium. Oh, so it doesn't even matter. Wow. Good hit for us. Death Shadow. Sure. Uh-oh. Now I wish I had the Unholy Heat in my deck. Alright, Expressive. Grave, definitely. We want Bolt effects. Spell Pierce. I'm gonna keep it on top because it's playable off of the Expressive. Interesting. Interesting. I'm definitely playing the Dragon's Rage Channeler this turn. It's a matter of, do I want to play a Steam Vents tapped, or would I rather get a Thought Scour? Like, do I want to make sure that I have another lands going into the next turn? If they have a Dress Down, we just lose, right? Am I going to play around a Dress Down? If I Thought Scour, I'm going to have to Thought Scour them so that I can get the double Surveil. Pretty much like I'm attacking them to 8. I have to hope they can't kill one of my Dragon's Rage Channelers, and then I'm going to want to draw a Lightning Bolt. And we have Expressive Iteration, which is going to look at a lot of cards. We have Thought Scour, which can look at even more cards. If we get Thought Seized, 5, they go to 7. So if we get Thought Seized, they go to 7, and then we have to chump block. I guess I'll take the Thought Scour. That's a tough choice, though. That's definitely not an easy decision to make. Let me know in the comment section what you would have done here. Their cards are Ragavan, X, and they're drawing X. Yep. I am dead. They drew Brazen Borrower for turn. Go to damage. They messed up. They could have killed me. They could have killed me. Now I wish I had the land. Guess I'll take my draw step. Okay. Okay. We need to make 3 blockers or get 3 removal spells. Or... So... We need to get this Murktide out. And we need to make it a 7/7 so that we can kill them on the crackback. And then have 3 blockers to block the Death Shadows and the dashed Ragavan. So if I Thought Scour them, I can get these Surveils. If I Thought Scour them, if I Dragon's Rage Channeler, Thought Scour them, then play Murktide, I have enough blockers to block, have a 7/7 Murktide, and then we need to Expressive into a removal spell. And we need to hope they draw nothing. Right? Because we need another instant in the grave. Target you. One. That's a removal spell. Keep it on top. Mill you for 2. They milled Ragavan and Expressive Iteration. I don't know the order, though. And then we play a Murktide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go. Oh my god, please draw nothing. Please draw nothing. This is our chance. They drew a land. We won. Oh my god, we won. And we have the counterspell. GG's. We should have not won that game. GG. Wow. With less than 3 minutes on the clock. What a crazy match. Off to the next one. Alrighty, we are on the draw for round number 3, and we have no lands in our opening hands. This hand is better. This hand is definitely better. Our opponent has mulled a 5. Wow, that's brutal for them. I'm going to throw back a counterspell. We're on the draw. Counterspell gets a lot worse than the draw. Turn 1, Ragavan. All right. So that could be a lot. That could be a bunch of different decks. Do I want to use a Lightning Bolt here or use an Unholy Heat? It's kind of an interesting question. I have a feeling we're going to get Delirium pretty easily. Do I want to Bauble here? I kind of want to hit my second land. So I think that I'm going to Lightning Bolt this. And then I'm going to play a Bauble, and I'm going to Bauble in their upkeep because I really want to hit a second land. I know I'm losing out on the value, but I should have Baubled in their upkeep. It's okay, though. I missed out on the information, which I would have liked. Another lands, maybe Jund? I think we're playing against like Jund Sagavan. Interesting. They're drawing another lands. They most likely don't have 2 removal spells. And if they had a Wrenn and 6, they would have played it on turn 2. So right, they're not drawing the land because they're fetching. They have double removal spell here. They mulled to 5. So 1 is pretty likely. That makes sense. The second one is less likely. Ooh, we get to untap. We draw lands. Ooh, I'm also down with that too. I'm just going to attack. I know that Ragavan is a thing that exists, but I'm just going to kill it. And now we get a counterspell. Getting to counterspell any black-red deck is always a feel good. I think I'm just going to bolt them. Is that weird? I just kind of want to get Delirium. I kind of want to get Delirium, as well as I kind of want to like fuel this Murktide. Like if I can get this Murktide out like now. Well, that's Delirium, so I'm going to take it. Like I'm going to hit them again. That's a good draw too. Wow. If they have a kill spell, they're probably going to use it now. Let's go. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. It's exactly what I wanted to happen. They have 1 card in hand. Odds are it's not another Terminate. Baited. They have creature, instant, and land in the grave. Seems like a grief. Yep. Okay. Weird spot, because like my entire hand is great. Like they gotta take the Unholy Heat, otherwise I can just kill the grief. They took expressive. All right, that's fine too. So if I draw an untapped lands, fine with that too. They're probably not winning anymore. And I'm winning this battle right now, so I'm just gonna pass. Like they need to do something first in order to win. If they don't, then I'm just going to win with my 5/5 flyer. So until either I draw the lands or they do something, I'm just gonna sit back. Right? They hit me for 3, I hit them for 5. We're just gonna keep going back and forth. Thoughtseize. I guess I'll kill your thing now. And I'll let you Thoughtseize me. So like it's bad if they have like a Terminate or like an Unholy Heat, right? They're gonna get Delirium no matter what from the Thoughtseize. So I might as well kill their creature. And then if they have the kill spell, then they have it. They don't. Well, I'm gonna try to hit you. You're going to 3? You're going to 3. All right, I'm just gonna jam expressive. No reason to sit back and wait. Hand, bottom, exile, play the land. Now I have Unholy Heat with Delirium. It's pretty good. 1 draw step. All right, next one. Against Scam. Scam. Counterspells are terrible. Unlicensors is actually, like, not bad against Scam because they have a hard time in killing it. They, like, have to terminate it. And we can additionally break up their combo. So, Unlicensors, I'm going to bring in. Ancestral Visions, I'm going to bring in. It's a fair deck, right? Force negations and subtleties are kind of gross. They actually don't... The force negations I definitely want out. It's a 2-for-1 against a deck that is, like, trying to do that anyway. Abrade isn't bad. Abrade kills Grief with a counter on it. It's not terrible. Not terrible. Spell Pierce isn't the worst either. It's like arguably better than Counterspell. Yeah, it's like arguably better. Like if I did this and I bring in the Spell Pierces, how do I feel? I feel pretty. I'm down to bring in an Abrade too. All right, let's do it. The subtleties are like not so great, but they do like counter a Grief in a really weird way. And not a way that I want to counter a Grief. And then in the late game, they are a creature that, I mean, 4 mana 3/3 flash flyer. It's not nothing. Oh boy. I mean, we're keeping. Land, go. Oh, we drew a land. That's really good for us. Land, go. What does that make me want to do? Do I still want to, like, just play a Delver into this? They probably just kill it, I assume. Do I want to play a Serum Visions? It's, like, kind of not great either. I don't think they're going to dash a Ragavan. I mean, I guess they might. I'm going to play the Delver. I'll play the Delver. If they want to kill it, it's fine. I'll play the Bauble too. And then I'll Bauble them in the upkeep. Oh, they F6'd. Okay. So definitely going to Bauble them now. What are you going to draw? A Fury. Ooh, that's actually a really good one to know about. That's a really good one to know about. I wonder if they're going to Fury me. Like, Fury and bring it back. Fury is a good one to know about. Unlicensed Hearsts. Not good against, Oh, I meant to bauble myself. That was really silly. I am kind of glad that I know about the, I am kind of glad that I know about the... Oh, okay, if I flip this, it didn't even matter. That's not good. Not the best. Not the best. Okay, so this is a situation that I'm definitely going to Serum Visions. Okay, we're going to hit our lands. And I'm going to put a sorcery on top, for sure. And then I guess I'm going to hold up on Holy Heat. It's kind of awkward. Like, I kind of want to just play the Serum Visions. Yeah, I kind of want to just play it. Because, like, if we don't end up playing the Unholy Heat, then we're pretty much sitting here doing nothing. But if we end up getting Thought Seized or, like, Griefed, then I guess I want the Expressive, but the Expressive is also really slow. I'll pass. Well, I'll attack. I'm attacking, that's for sure. Well, again, a really weird spot with all these 2-mana cards that are really clunky. I could have, like, held up a Braid and abraded the Unlicensed Hearst. That was, like, a fair play, too. We're just, like, sitting here on these sorcery speed cards that I, like, want to play. Like, I want to, like, get them out of my hands and turn them into something that actually does something. Interesting. So, I can get rid of the Murktide here. That is pretty much not going to be online, and we play 4 anyway. And then I can play my own Unlicensed Hearst and get rid of their Kroxa. Nice. And I'm going to be able to kill this Ragavan. Good play. Good spot for me, I would say, overall. Sure. Yep, reveal expressive. Draw the expressive. I don't think that they're going to be able to fill their graveyard in time. So I think I'm going to hit them for 3, and then I'm probably going to play the Serum Visions, see what we draw, and then play the Abrade on their Unlicensed Hearst. Like, they need how many cards? They need 2 more cards, so even if they fetch Bauble, they need to fetch Bauble, which is very unlikely. So let's Serum Visions before we play a lands. Ancestral Visions. Interesting. So we're going to bottom. Boy, do I want to play the Ancestral Visions right now. But I'm gonna pass. If they grief me, I guess that we're in a less good spot. So I'm definitely still killing the Unlicensers here. It's going to be massive. I don't want to end up taking any hits from it. And they're only getting a 1-for-1 out of this grief. So, and they have a choice. Do they want to take my Licensers, which is going to turn off their Croxa, or do they want to take my Expressive Iteration, which is going to end up drawing cards next turn? Not a great grief for them. Not a great grief. And what's really nice is that they do take Expressive Iteration. I'm going to be able to Ancestral Visions and Unlicensed Hearst. Yep. All right. I'm down. Interesting. I'm definitely attacking for 3. That is happening. And there's no way for them to sneak 2 cards into the graveyard before an Unlicensed Source activation. So I'm going to suspend the Ancestral Visions because we're going to need multiple turns for that to actually do something. And then I'm just going to play this and just say go. They can hit me for 3 any day. We're still winning on the board, so they need to remove my creature, which will probably happen. They probably have a removal spell of some sort. They play Lightning Bolts and Terminates and who knows what. Kolagon's Command. That's kind of annoying. Hit a... Oh, we took out Counterspell. They missed their combat. They clicked through combat accidentally. Well, that was free. Thank you, opponent. Thank you. It was very kind. All right, Ancestral Vision's now at 3. Double Dragon's Rage Channeler. All right. That's good for us, because now we can crew the Unlicensed Hearst. As well as have some blockers for Ragavan. So they would have hit a Dragon's Rage Channeler. Wow. Our black-red opponents have been making some mistakes that are probably going to lose them the game. Or the match. Yeah, I forgot about the Fury. I forgot about Fury. Even though I knew about it. I'm glad they didn't draw a land. So I'm going to crew this in case they do have a dashed Ragavan. Seasoned Pyromancer. Yep. Discard a Thoughtseize. They play a lands. They drew a Terminate. I sacrifice a non-token creature. Interesting. Okay. Get rid of your land. Get rid of your sorcery. All right, so we're not in the best position, but we're not in the worst. I will be right back. All right, I am back. We are in the process of taking 3 damage. Two more turns for his Astral Visions. Thoughtscour is not the worst. Let's Thoughtscour ourselves. We milled a Thoughtscour and a Spell Pierce, and we hit an Expressive Iteration, so I'm gonna cast it. Hand, bottom, exile. Play a tap land, say go. We just need to survive 2 more turns before we can, like, draw 3 cards and potentially get back into the game. Hopefully our opponent doesn't just, like, rip a Thoughtseize. We are taking 6. We are down to 6. Game is not looking great for us right now. The Fury was kind of a beating. All right, they just went land. They just went draw go. All right, Expressive. I need you to do some work here. That is work. That is work. I think it's hand, bottom, exile, attempt to bolt the grief, and pray you don't have the bring it back spell. All right, we're alive, kind of. Now I just need them to not have a lightning bolt. F6, bud. Kill me. I'm a 3. Am I dead? That is a tap lands. Oh my god. All right, Ancestral Visions. I don't know what you need to draw me to keep me going, but that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Untapped lands. I don't know what I'd be thought scouring for, but I feel like there's no reason to not play it, right? Second Murktide is big. Oh boy, it's big. So big. They have creature and instant, so I don't really have to worry about... How many instants and stuff do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can just Murktide into the most massive Murktides of all time. 3, 4, 5. And then I'm just going to play another Murktide. I don't think that they play any deal 2 damage cards. 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think they play any deal 2 damage cards. Draw a lightning bolt. Finish me. Let's go. 3-0 with Ragavanless Delver. Wow. Alrighty, round number 4. Alrighty, round number 4. We are on the play. Undefeated so far. I would love to play first. I'm going to keep the hands. Turn 1 Delver with a Force Negation backup. And cards that I don't mind pitching. Our opponent has mulled to 6. So this is cool that we can do the Delver trick. We can play the Delver, check to see if we want it. If we don't want it, we Thought Scour it away. And I will most likely be Thought Scouring. Like, even if we flip, I'm probably going to Thought Scour it. Because I really want to hit the second land. My opponent Furying Pitch Fury to kill my Delver of Secrets. Uh-huh. That was pretty sweet value on their mull to 6. And we hit the land. We are incredible. Fury Pitch Fury? You care about Delver that much? Why? A lot of black-red opponents today, huh? Death Shadow, Scam. I mean, this looks like Scam. I don't know any other deck that plays the Fury in the main. Whoa. I think I'm going to let that one resolve, because I'm pretty sure I'm just going to play a massive Murktide that needs to be answered. Do I want to play the second Thought Scour? Yes, I do. I wanted to hit I wanted to make sure I hit a blue spell, and I did. So, another Thought Scour? I mean, we can get this really big. Really, really big. Screw it, let's do it. Screw it, let's do it. One, two, three, four, 5. 8/8 Murktide. Turn 3. Beat it. And we have a Force Negation backup. Can't Unholy Heat it. Gotta terminate it. Gotta terminate. Ooh. That's gross. Well, there goes Force Negation, right? And then they got the Terminate, too. They conceded. What? Oh, they conceded. Why did they concede? Let's think about it. Because that means that they don't have a Terminate, right? So they have to take the Force Negation. And even if they take... So, like, they take Bolt Unholy Heat, right? So that I can kill the Grief, then, like, I just beat them down in the air. They take the Force Negation, and they take, like, I don't know, an Unholy Heat or a Bolt. I can still kill the Grief and then hold up a counter spell. To me, that says that they didn't have a Terminate in their hand. It's just a really weird concession. Just a really weird concession. Like, maybe they don't want me to have the information of, like, what they wanted to take. I don't really know about that one. All right. We're going to do what we did last time. We're going to have the We're going to have the Unlicensed Risks come in. The Spell Pierces were, like, not so good. Maybe I would rather just have a counter spell for the late game. It's so awkward. Force Negations can come out. Maybe they're doing something a little different. Like, it seems that they're playing, like Goblin Bombardment is not really a played card. Ancestral Vision's definitely coming in. I'll bring in the Abrade. Don't I want the second Abrade? Yeah, I guess I like the second Abrade. All right, let's do this. Do I want Aether Gust? It's not the worst. Just, like, only good against Goblin Bombardment. How much do I care about Goblin Bombardment? It's really good against Delver, right? If they play, like, a Seasoned Pyromancer and they make a bunch of tokens and then, like... Nah, whatever. Let's see how many. I don't know how many Goblin Bombardments they're playing. Like maybe that they're just playing like 1 or 2. I mean, the hand is good. It's a fine hand. Our opponent has mulled a 6. All right, they kept 6. Here we go. Tapped land go. I want to play the Dragon's Rage Channeler, right? But if they Fury and then like Malakar Rebirth of Fury. Oh, I guess I could just like bolt it afterwards. It depends on which one they play. All right, let's fetch because I want to get more cards in the graveyard for the Murktide. And play the Dragon's Rage Channeler and say go. And hope we untap with it. My options are like hold up's Thought Scour, hold up Lightning Bolt, but we have a chance of playing a turn 1 creature and them not killing it. So we're like kind of ahead on tempo right now, which is where I want to be. This is what I was talking about before. Damn it. If I had the Lightning Bolt up. But they wouldn't have Furied on the first turn. Maybe, I don't know. Another Bolt effect, and we're fine. Yeah, we're going to need some way to answer this. Okay. So that buys me some time. So now I can Thought Scour. I can make a large enough Murktide. Most likely, we need to hit 1 more instant or sorcery from the... What does this do? It sacrifice all lands. It becomes... Make a 5/5 with flying. Interesting. I might just take 8 here. So awkward. Do I want to take 8? Go to 9? That's so low. No, not really. Fine. I'm very confused, opponent. I just got such insane value out of my Dragon's Rage Channeler. Not only did I get a block, but I got a card out of their hand too. Put a land into the grave. Wow, we did not hit another instant or sorcery, and we have now seen 7 lands. I'm very confused. That's not a good card. Okay, well, now I can trade with Fury. So let's fetch for a basic. I mean, maybe we just hit like a bolt. Another bolt, that'd be cool. Why would they Fatal Push? I'm just trying to think, like, what was the... It doesn't have Trample. Were they thinking it does? I'm gonna go bottom top. Bottom top. And then I'm gonna play a Murktide that will assumedly trade. Alright, Murktide. Don't draw a lightning bolt, that'd be really annoying. Or another feign death. I will take one. That was very risky, opponent. That was very risky. Alright, expressive time. Interesting. So Ancestral Visions will be good if we end up getting there. That's the problem, is that we end up needing to like get to that mana, like get to that point. I think we will. Hand, bottom, exile. Let's shock ourselves. Let's play the Delver. And let's suspend the Ancestral Visions. Do I want the chance of like flipping the Delvers? Nah, let's get the Ancestral Visions going. I think that if we get the Ancestral Visions to resolve, that we're in a, like we're more likely to win the game than we play the Delver and flip it. I will block. I will not block that one. I will take one. All right, Delver. Always yield to this. Always yield to this. A Braid. All right, that kills Fury. Enter combat. We are now going to be... Now we're going to start to win the race. Attack. Play a Delver. Say go. I will once again take one. This card is not modern power level. There's just no chance. A 1-mana 1/1 that looks at the top 2 and draws a card. I mean, look, it's hit me for 3. It's been a lightning bolt, like on a stick, but that's taken how many turns to get there? A Grief. That's getting counterspelled. Can I kill you if I flip this? No, I'm 1 off. Brutal. Brutal. Goes to 2. Scalding Tarn. We sadly don't want that one. I think I'm just going to kill this Fury. They're tapped out. Let's get it off the table and like just not have to worry about it and then swing. Put you to 6, bud. Lethal with both Delvers. Black, black. They have another Grief. You can. All right, they are dead. That is a. Wow, we are 4-0 with blue-red Delver, like actual blue-red Delver. Can we get the trophy again? Live the 2021 dream? Alrighty, round number 5. Can we get the trophy? We are on the draw, and our opponent has a 67 card deck. I'm asking them 67 cards? They revealed Kahira. Our opponent has mulled to 6. I mean, I'm going to keep it. This hand is wicked fast. This is a wicked fast Murktide. Alrighty. Let's hope they don't Solitude us, I guess, right? That's pretty good. Let's bobble ourselves. A Subtlety. Now that's good against a Solitude. Now that is good against a Solitude. So let's play the Scolding. It's kind of like I want to know what the next card is, in case we like want to like. I want a Thought Scour. So I guess I want one. So gotta optimize those fetches. My opponent says. So bauble, fetch land, Thought Scour, the 2 cards. That's 7. And I want to increase the possibility that we... Alright, let's play the fetch land, let's play the bauble, and then we'll say go. We're going to draw the Subtlety because I want to be able to play around a Solitude. Will I Force of Negation a Renin 6? Interesting question. Okay, so I'm gonna bauble. I'm gonna end up fetching anyway, because I'm gonna Thought Scour. So I'm just gonna fetch and then end up like baubling them probably. No instance. Kind of a shame. Bauble looks at a dress down. Okay. Another bauble. Another Delver. Maybe I want to just play double Delver. I'm kind of down for double Delver. It's bigger. My opponent says, wow, I haven't seen Delver in ages. I feel like that's true. I feel like a lot of people haven't. I said, haha, it's good sometimes. I didn't play my bauble. No, I was so distracted by my opponent and how good looking they are. Why are my opponents so good looking? It's very irritating. I'm going to Force Negation that. And we're just going to blind flip anyway. We don't even need the bauble. We don't even need it. That's right. We don't even need it. We didn't even need it. It's about to get really spooky for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And for good measure, I'm going to bauble you just in case we draw like a Force Negation. All right. I mean, they're at a pseudo 1. I'm going to Subtlety that. Oh my god. Force of Negation and Subtlety both just clutched that game. And Delver putting in the work. dealing extra damage. I mean, like, I know that Ragavan could have hit something along the way, but it being a 3-2, big difference. All right, well, Blood Moons are coming in. I think the Aether Gusts are coming in. I'm not 100% sure. They're good against Omnath. They're good against Ren in 6. I think Ancestral Visions comes in. They're like a slower matchup, right? Mystical Dispute probably comes in. And I'm guessing the Aether Gusts, probably. Force Negation seems really slow. Or not really slow. It's good against like Renin 6 and Teferi. And that's pretty much it. It was good there. It was good there for sure. They're playing like Aether. They're playing like Archmage Charm. That's spicy. That's really spicy. We gotta cut 4 cards. I'm thinking like Lightning Bolt is probably at a negative. Like Tarfire is definitely worse than Lightning Bolt, right? We can all agree. Maybe we cut like a Lightning Bolt and then like Serum Visions because they're kind of slower. I'm down. Dispel seems okay. Spell Pierce seems alright if they're playing like a bunch of Planeswalkers and stuff. Alright, let's try this. Let's try it. I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm scared. My apologies for not moving the webcam. I forgot for that one. I'm scared and alone. Opponent reveals Kahira. Our opponent is up to 68 cards. They just keep going up cards. I'm going to keep the hands. Good. Do I play Ancestral Visions on the first turn? Or do I play Delver? I'm going to play Ancestral Visions in case we get Ren in 6th. And the earlier we play Ancestral Visions, the better, right? Like it's a card that is, if we play it on the first turn, like, I think they're playing like Bant Control. Tapped land, go. Second Murktide. That's not great. I'm gonna Serum Visions. The subtlety makes makes it better. Ooh, and a bolts. Definitely don't want the Spire Bluff Canal. This Thought Scour is okay. It flips the Delver, so I'm gonna keep it on top. Prismatic Ending. Okay. Fair. Boy, a Blood Moon would be sweet. So Thought Scour adds 3 cards to the grave. If we draw a fetch land from it, then we can play a Murktide. So I'm going to Thought Scour myself here. We hit a 3rd Murktide. Uh-oh. But if we hit a land, we will be able to hardcast Subtlety. That is important to note. It does look like I'm repping Counterspell. I will most likely Subtlety an Omnath if that is what they are going for here. They should definitely get a basic if they... Yeah, okay. There's a basic. Ren in 6. Do I care about Ren in 6? Not really. Not really. I'll let it resolve. I care more about like a Solitude or something. It is annoying. Like, it's going to get a lot of value, but if I can just kill it with a Murktide, then it, you know. The 4th Murktide. Well. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's pretty unfortunate that I drew all 4. I'm going to subtlety that. I assume they're going to put it on top, but if they put it on top, they put it on bottom. Okay, so we got to force a will. We force a will them. I hope they don't kill my Murktide. That would be sad. Plus. Okay. Ancestral Visions. I will target myself. For sure. Holy smokes, that's a lot of magic cards. That is a lot of magic cards. I can't kill them, can I? I would need to get 6 counters on my Murktide. I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close. I think I want to get a second Murktide out there, so I'm going to Thought Scour myself. Aether Gust. I mean, that answers the Wren. It's like, do I want to like hold the bolt in case they like try to Solitude Ephemerate? Or do I want to like bolt them now to grow my Murktide even more? I feel like I just want to hold it, but we'll see how that fares after this turn. And then I'm going to attack them. I could really care less about Wrenn and 6 right now. We have lethal with the second Murktide and the Bolt. Ooh, that's so good. So if they want Solitude mana, they gotta fetch. They shocked. I'm gonna bolt now. I'm gonna bolt their face. I can't do it, and I can't do it anymore. Like, this is it. This is the chance. They're gonna bounce the big one. Do they have a pitch for the Solitude? Plus, put a land back. Second to Fairy? Chalice on 1. Okay. So now they can't Ephemerate. Interesting. I think I have to expressive here, right? Hands. I guess I don't. My one drops don't matter anymore, and my counter spells don't matter anymore. Wish I had more ways of getting cards into the grave so I can just jam another. The Aether Gust is like not helping at all. We don't have an answer for Chalice of the Void in the main, I don't think. No. Yeah, us drawing 4 Murktides was definitely the bane of this game. Like, I don't think that we can win the game anymore. They just have too much value going on. They have a Wrenn, they have a Teferi, they have the Omnath that, like, it doesn't... We have an answer for it, but it doesn't really answer it. I wish we had a Thought Scour. If we had a Thought Scour... Well, even then I couldn't do it because of Chalice of the Void. I guess, like, I have to get Murktides going. Hand, bottom, exile, play the bauble, see what they're going to draw. They're going to draw fetch lands. Do I want to reset the Wrenn 6? Or do I want to reset the Omnath? Do I want to reset anything? If I reset their Omnath and make them tap all their mana, do I care about a Wrenn ultimate? I mean, it's not good for me. It's not good for me. They're most likely going to be able to dump their hand anyway, right? They like play on Omnath, they play fetch lands. Okay, let's put the Wrenn 6 on top of their deck. Or bottom, their choice. I feel like I have a bug, which is giving me priority for absolutely every spell that I cast, which is very annoying. They put it on top. Okay, so... go. Yep. Mm-hmm. Maybe I was supposed to hold the bolt for the Teferi? Yeah, maybe I was supposed to hold the bolt for the Teferi. I just wanted to potentially end the game. But I guess I could have bolted on my turn anyway. So they're going to go for the life gain plan, because they don't have any cards in hand that matter. Okay, so I can't answer the Chalice. Let's expressive. Let's see what we get. They're going to counter it. I will put it on top. I will then play a Murktide. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it's play a tap Steam Vents and then say go. It blocks Omnath. They can't bounce it with Teferi. They have to draw a Solitude. They are fetching to gain 4 life. Don't draw Solitude. It's really the only card I don't want you to see. They plussed. They're making mana. Why? Kahira. I think they hit Solitude. Did they Ren yet? Are they trying to bait me into Ren minusing on my Murktide to kill their Omnath? I think I'm supposed to just do it anyway. All right, expressive. Hand, even though it's not going to do anything, bottom, exile, bauble. We will bauble myself. A Dragon's Rage Channeler that does not do anything. We'll fetch. We'll get a... I can't play anything in instant speed anyway, so it's just going to be tapped. I guess like I could crack my Fiery Islet, but... Go. Is that all four? Are they all gone? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the last creature in my deck is a Subtlety. The last creature I can cast is a Subtlety. I will take 3. Please let me kill the Teferi. I beg. I beg. Okay. It's gone. I wonder if I should have bolted the Ren and 6 in response. Crap. Really annoying. I have no more fetchables. We can bolt the Kahira. Should we draw a card first? By 2, and then I have 5. Can I play Murktide? Okay, I bolt, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana left over. Can I bolt and play Murktide and hold up Counterspell is basically what I'm thinking. Counterspell, bolt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the card in the grave. I cannot. Oh, the bolt doesn't do anything. They have Chalice, right? I definitely should have bolted then. Because it's not doing anything in my hand. Okay, let's draw a card. Okay, expressive. Those are pretty good. Those are pretty good. So I can make them redraw the Ren and 6. But if I do that, then I have nothing. I think the best bet... So I can Blood Moon them. I can turn them off of all their green mana, but then, like, we're still here. Like if they have an Omnath, then, like, we're stuck. Like, they need to draw a green source, right? They can't Solitude me. They can Fury me. They can Teferi me. I think I'm going to take the Aether Gust, right? Exile the Thought Scour. I'm going to Thought Scour them, even though it's not going to do anything, just to get a card into the grave. And then I'm going to pass. And then, depending on what they do, I can counterspell whatever they do. Or I can Aether Gust. And I don't mind taking 3. That's fine. Yep. I will take 3. And then I think I'm going to Aether Gust the Wrenn and 6 on the end step. Is that better than holding it? I kind of want the card in the grave. I can Lightning Bolt. Is Lightning Bolting better? So that way I can hold up Counterspell and Aether Gust? I think so. Let's bolt them. It's countered. Fine. Delver, okay. So fetch, go to 7. Search for nothing. What cards can we actually cast in our deck? We can cast Blood Moons, Counterspells, Expressive, and Subtlety. So that's 6 out of 24 cards. Uh-oh. We do have Fiery Islet, though, so that is something. All right. Murktide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go. That's brutal. We don't play any more lands. Oh, they're gonna try to get me off of my lands. That's smart. Well, if we get to untap, draw a counterspell. Do I want to Aether Gust their Kahira? I think so. All right, your choice, bud. Top or bottom? I don't want to take any more damage from this because they put it on bottom. Because Wrenn and 6 and stuff, that a mixture of Kahira and Wrenn and 6 does kill me. So we're so close. This mystical dispute is kind of gross. Sure. Well, I will put you to 1. Solitude as a chump blocker. Sure. I have to let it resolve. Because I can't let them solitude it.
It's kind of a shame that I'm giving them another draw step, but it's funny that it's not even worth ulting the Ren. We're so close. We do have to be really careful of our time. They are ahead on time. Put you to 1. You're at 1. All right, bot. All right, bot. But I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. Ultimate. Okay. Oh. Oh my god. We lose. We don't just lose, though. We can draw subtlety. Clutch, my opponent says. Clutch. They drew the supreme verdict. I might have to concede for time. We're going to get Besagied out of this game. Let's look. Okay, if we draw Blood Moon, next draw step, we can turn them off of green mana, and then they can't Besage us anymore. Nope, we are dead. So close. Aether guys seem alright. I think we just submit. I think we just don't draw 4 Murktides unless we, like, need them. Do we want to braid? I'm going to bring in a braid. Oh, it's like only good against the Chalice of the Void, and they're playing 68 cards. 68 cards. My hair's a mess. Yeah, okay. Let's just do it. Come on, give me a good opener. On the play, no lands. They also mold, so I'm going to keep this. Do I want Lightning Bolts, or do I want Mystical Disputes? Mystical Dispute is better versus Teferi on turn 3. Lightning Bolt almost guarantees that I can play the Murktide. I guess the Lightning Bolt is worse. Oh, they're back to 67. All right, so we're going to go fetch land go. Because if we draw a fetch land, then that allows us to play the Murktide on turn 2. Fetch, shock. We hit Murktide and Delver. All right, we hit it. So I'm going to play it, even though it's only a 4/4, but it is a turn 2 4/4 that they need to Solitude in order to get rid of. Or I guess they could Mystical Dispute it here, but they are subtletying it. That is a 2-for-1. I will bottom it, I guess. I don't really need it right now. I'm going to Expressive Iteration. We've drawn a lot of lands. I guess I'm going to want the Aether Gust later. The Thought Scour helps me flip, though. I'll take the Aether Gust, get the Delver, play the Delver. Yeah, like, we're going to want the Aether Gust for Omnath, right? For other stuff later down the line. The Thought Scour might have been better. It depends. It really depends. They have a Teferi now. Sure. That was a good draw. So we're going to bolt this, get this out of the way. And then I'm going to play the Delver. And then I'll play the untapped land so I can hold up Aether Gust. But still don't feel great right now. They did 2-for-1 us with that Teferi. Even like a 2.5-for-1 because they got to tempo my creature. They get to bounce it. All right. Thought Scour. All right. That is a flip. Attack. Tap land go. I mean, Delver's got to like run away with his game somehow. Oh, that's brutal. I mean, I can counter it. I'm going to counter it. They don't have 3 mana. It's the worst mana league of all time. We have drawn a lot of lands. Sure. We've seen 7 lands out of 17. Key here in the hands. Thought Scour ourselves. We milled a Murktide and a Steam Vents. That's a good draw. That's a good draw. That's a good draw, too. We have Delirium. That seems like Solitude mana to me. Oh, no, they don't. Oh, they do. I think I'm supposed to Subtlety this. Even though they're just going to recast it, I do get my 2-for-1 out of this. Oh my god. Supreme Verdict. Okay. Second Subtlety is pretty good. I'm gonna have to play quickly now, because I am low on time. Ren. I can Unholy Heat it. I'm all Unholy. I guess I should have Subtletied it. I'll just kill it now. All right, DRC. It is online. You have to Solitude it on your turn. I guess they could do it on my turn too. You don't have a second Supreme Verdict in your deck, right? Ooh, the worst land in the deck. Yeah, I probably should have Subtletied the Ren, and I think that that's what's going to lose me the game here. It's not the worst. Let's draw an Expressive. It's kind of a shame that they still are going to be able to get... Oh. Well. They are missing green. We're not in the worst spot, not in the best spot. Not a bad draw. I actually don't know what to do here. I think it's top. I think it's top. Hit him. I'm gonna bolt it. Maybe I should have not. Maybe I should have. Oh, I think I messed up the order here. Yeah, I should have put the bolt on top. They have another Solitude. That's so good. I guess it didn't really matter. Oh, this game is so back and forth. I'm gonna Aether Gust it. And I will keep it on top to kill the Solitude. They put it on bottom. I will take 3. I feel like I'm supposed to like kill it now. Let's get my damage in. And then let's do it on their upkeep. Come on. Yes. Yes. Expressive. Please. They're passing. I'm am I supposed I'm just gonna jam it so I can get my consider or I can get my surveil trigger. That seems like an Archmage charm, the way that they're kind of pausing and thinking. Oh, they drew Veil of Summer. Maybe, I mean, okay, that's actually like I think they probably drew Endurance. So I'm eventually going to want to try to get Delirium. How many turns do I want to wait? Like, do I want Thought Scour now? I gotta make a decision. I gotta make a decision. Hand, bottom, exile. Oh, I thought. No, I meant to do in the opposite order. Uh-oh. I think now we lose. Damn it. If I wasn't low on time, I'd be playing a little better. I'm so nervous. I want it so bad, but I think that the nervousness is going to come back and bite me. I guess I'll Thought Scour now. Maybe we hit a counter spell. Put it to the grave. We hit a Delver, and we hit Delirium, but that's not good for me. We should have taken the Unholy Heat. I would have been able to win here. Oh, it feels bad to punt it away. GG's opponent. GG's opponent. That feels bad. Yeah, I should have taken the Unholy Heat, Thought Scour, and then attempted to Unholy Heat the Endurance. Like there. We're not like dead. Like we still have draws, but I'm just have to F6 and just like maybe I should have attacked with a GRC. A Dragon's Rage Channeler. I can't even play it really. I mean I can, but like it's just going to end up getting it attacking into the Endurance and die. Dang, that was really close. GG's opponent. So close. Yep. That's so disheartening. I should have countered. All right. GG's. Punted the trophy. Oh, that feels so bad. That feels so bad. If only we weren't so low on time. But boy, this deck was awesome. Let's open the treasure chests. We got a Murktide and we got 85 play points, $8.5. I don't know how much Murktide is actually worth, but all right, the deck list. Well, we almost had the 5-0. I punted it away by taking the wrong cards and overthinking because I was running really low on time. Overall, the deck list is like really good. I'm quite pleased with Force Negations and Subtleties in the main. I do think that the Tarfire should be an Unholy Heat, but I do think that this deck is good. I was kind of surprised that like no Ragavan didn't particularly matter as much. 4 Serum Visions, 4 Thought Scours really held up. Consider I didn't miss it. I didn't really miss it in the slightest. So I think that there's something here. I really do. And the sideboard, I think the sideboard could use some work. I think Ancestral Visions is not bad. It's not bad. Got to make sure that you don't exile it with Expressive Iteration. That's a really, really big nombo. But overall, I'm very impressed. I would play something like this again. And I think that I would want to clean it up a little bit. I think that I would want to turn this into another Unholy Heat. I think that I would want to... I mean, I kind of like just the 3 Unholy Heats. I probably would turn this into an Otawara. Maybe I would turn one of the fetch lands into an Otawara. Yeah, maybe. Somehow I would fit an Otawara in here. I might keep the 17 lands, because, I mean, it felt really good. And turn this into the 3rd Unholy Heat. And that's it. I don't know what necessarily I would change. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Shout out to this guy for suggesting to play Blue-Red Delver. We almost got the trophy. Oh my gosh. I'm never going to live that down. But I really appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And I will see you in the next video. And I said it already, but as always, I love you.